Okay, so I've been going down a rabbit hole the last few weeks, and I have found something. Every AI business ideas video on YouTube right now is the same. Start an AI agency, start a faceless YouTube channel, build a chatbot, sell prompts. None of it feels real anymore. It's all just guesses dressed up as advice. So I stopped asking what to start, and I just started looking at where money is actually moving. What are customers actually complaining about? What jobs are getting posted? What tools are already charging $200 a month and getting away with it? And it turns out, if you actually look, like properly look, the ideas are not hidden. They're just sitting there inside reviews, directories, job boards, pricing pages. Most people never bother to read them. I ended up with ideas that I think are actually interesting. Not get rich quick, not theoretical, just real businesses built around things people are already opening their wallets for. Before the ideas, I want to give you the lens, because honestly, the lens matters more than the examples. 5 words: signal, source, structure, system, ship. Signal is the proof that people are paying right now. Source is where that proof lives online. Structure is the columns you need to make it useful. System is how you collect it again next week without losing your mind. And ship is the smallest version of the thing you can actually sell. That's the whole method. One thing that made this research way easier was Thunderbit, because honestly, this is where most business ideas die. Not because the idea is bad, but because collecting the first useful sheet is painfully boring. You open reviews, directories, job boards, product hunt pages, pricing pages, and suddenly your AI business idea has turned into 3 hours of copy-paste. Thunderbit basically skips that part. You open a public web page, click AI suggest fields. It detects the useful columns, scrapes the data, and exports it straight to Google Sheets, Notion, or Airtable. And if you need more detail, it can use subpage scraping to go into individual listings. For reviews, you can even tell it in plain English to categorize complaints while scraping. Thunderbit doesn't give you the business idea, but it does the boring research work that lets you actually see the idea. This one is so obvious it almost feels stupid. Every local business misses calls. Dentists, vet clinics, plumbers, real estate offices, med spas. Every single call that comes in at 7 p.m. goes to voicemail, and most of those people just hang up and call the next business. There are AI phone agent companies already publishing case studies where one clinic captured 5 figures in after-hours bookings in a single month, just from picking up calls a human wasn't going to answer anyway. You don't build the AI. Vapi, Retail AI, Bland AI, they all sell the voice agent infrastructure. Your job is to pick one vertical, set it up for the client, train it on their pricing and FAQs, and charge a monthly retainer. In the right niche, that retainer is somewhere between $1,500 and $5,000 a month. Stack 5 clients, 8 clients, 10 clients, and you see how this becomes a real solo business. The pitch is the part people fumble. You walk into a dental office and you don't talk about AI. You ask one question: how many calls do you miss after hours, and what is one booked appointment worth to you? If one missed dental implant is worth $3,000, a $1,500 a month retainer pays for itself in week 1. You're not selling technology, you're selling recovered revenue. The hard part is finding businesses that visibly have this problem, and this is where Thunderbit became really useful. Public directories and review pages are full of clues. I pulled business name, rating, review count, website, category, and the actual review text. Custom column for things like no answer, couldn't reach them, left voicemail, or slow response. Sort by that column in sheets, and now you have a prospect list where the problem is already documented in the reviews. You're not cold pitching, you're walking in with evidence. Public business info only. The point is a more relevant list, not a bigger one. This is the fastest of all the ideas to test. No product, no code, nothing to build. Every B2B agency, say yes founder, consultant, and freelancer I talk to has the same complaint. Cold outreach works, but everyone's lists are garbage. The thing that actually moves reply rates is timing. Companies that just raised funding, companies that just hired 3 salespeople, companies that just launched a product. Those are trigger events, and they give you a reason to reach out that doesn't sound like every other cold email in their inbox. So the offer is dead simple. Every week, I'll send you 30 hand-picked prospects with the trigger event, what they do, why they probably need your service, and a pitch angle for each one. Sell it as a retainer. Depending on the niche and quality, that lands somewhere between 1 and 3,500 a month. 4 or 5 clients, and you've got a real business. This is the cleanest demo of the 4 because the workflow is exactly what Thunderbit is built for. That sheet is the product. You just turned a directory page into a qualified prospect list with context attached to every row. The differentiator isn't the scraping. Anyone can scrape. It's the signal taxonomy you build for your specific niche. The tool doesn't make the business decision. It just gets the messy data into a shape where you can actually see the opportunity. Nothing about this is passive. You're trading time for money, just at a much higher rate than most jobs pay. This is the one I keep thinking about. Customer complaints are business ideas written in plain English. People scroll past 1-star reviews every day. Inside those reviews are specific feature requests, specific frustrations, specific gaps that nobody has filled. The information is right there. Founders and product teams want to know what customers hate about competitors. But most small founders don't need a full platform. They need a clean report. Here are the top 5 things people complain about in this category. Here's how often. Here's what it means. So, the offer is product gap reports. Scrape public reviews. Trustpilot, G2, Capterra, App Stores, Amazon, Product Hunt comments. Categorize each one. Sell the report. Roughly $99 to $299 for a one-time niche report. $500 to $1,500 for deeper competitor research, or monthly monitoring for a brand that wants to watch their category. This is the most impressive demo because of Thunderbit's natural language categorization. You're not scraping reviews and then sorting them later. You tell it during the scrape what to classify each review as, and it does it inline. That's the moment. 27 people asking for the same missing feature in a paid product is not noise. That's a wedge. The spreadsheet is not the business. The insight you build from it is. Public reviews only. Aggregate the insight. Don't expose individual reviewers. You're selling analysis, not raw data. So, what's actually going on here? All these ideas look different on the surface, but the underlying skill is the exact same, being able to turn the internet into structured information you can act on. The skill is the asset. The boring part nobody wants to say. None of these are passive. You still need sales, taste, judgment, and the willingness to ship something rough and make it better. No tool does that part for you. Thunderbit isn't going to tell you which business to build. Neither am I. The only thing I can give you is the lens. So here's what I do. Pick one. Pick one public source. Build one research sheet this week. See what you notice. That's the whole exercise. If you want to try it yourself, Thunderbit is linked below. It's what I used to turn all these messy pages into research sheets. If this was useful, hit subscribe. I'm doing more of these where I break down where money is moving in AI, with real workflows and no hype.